Okay, if you are given a trigonometric equation like this, okay, you will have to solve using certain steps. But first of all, before we solve, we will have to look at the equation and see some of the things that we really need to consider before we go ahead and do the solving. The first thing that if you can look at it is the equation itself. We have cos 2 theta. 2 theta is equal to 0.7123. Now 2 theta here, it indicates or implies that there are two cycles, or the domain that we will be using would be between 0 and 720 degrees. So that's what we have to consider before we start solving the values of theta. Okay. So to solve the solution steps, the solutions. Now step number 1, we find the basic angle. Okay, the basic angle is equal to take the inverse of cos of the value given up there, that's 7123. Okay, basic angle is 2 theta, and that is equal to 44.58 degrees. Okay, we are rounding the angle to 2 decimal places. Okay, that's it. We are finding the basic angle. The next step is to decide where the angles will be found in the different quadrants. So we state as, since cos 2 theta is positive, theta must be an angle in the theta must be an angle in the first or fourth quadrant. Okay, so since cos theta is positive, theta must be an angle in the first or the fourth quadrant. Okay, after stating this, we are telling ourselves where we will look at. So we start to solve for the angle. Okay, but before solving for the angle, we just looked at 2 theta here, and we said 2 theta here implies there are 2 cycles. Okay, so that would mean that if you're looking at the first quadrant, there will be 2 values of theta. If you're looking at the fourth quadrant, there will be also 2 values of theta. Therefore, we start by looking at the first quadrant. Okay, now first quadrant, we would have 2 theta will be equal to 44.58. Divide by 2 on both sides. Divide by 2. Therefore, theta is equal to 22.29 degrees. Okay, and then that's the first quadrant, and this is in the first cycle. Okay, the second cycle, we have 2 theta is equal to it will be 360 plus 44.58, the basic angle. Because we are going through the second cycle, we are adding 360 to the basic angle, and it gives me 404.58, and it still has 2 theta, dividing 2 on both sides. Therefore, theta gives me now 202.29 degrees. So this is the angle in the first quadrant in the first cycle, and this is the angle in the first quadrant in the second cycle. Okay, now we will look at angles in the fourth quadrant. Okay, fourth quadrant, like we know, 2 theta will be equal to 360 minus the basic angle, which is 44.58 degrees. So 360 minus 44.58 gives me 315.42. So 2 theta is equal to that, and theta is now equal to 315.42 divided by 2 gives me 157.71 degrees. And this is the angle in the the fourth quadrant in the first cycle. Now in the second cycle, 2 theta will be equal to this time not 360 but 720, minus the basic angle 44.58, and here it gives me 675.42 to theta, and then dividing 2 on both sides, theta is now 337.71 degrees. So this angle here is the angle in the fourth quadrant in the second cycle, and this 157.71 degrees is the angle in the fourth quadrant in the first cycle. Okay, so now the values of theta will be equal to 22.29 degrees, 157.71 degrees, we have 202.29 degrees, and 337.71 degrees. So these are values of theta that will satisfy the equation.